Hey, movers and shakers, welcome to another exciting episode of the Seven Figure Moving Academy. So glad to have you here today. Today, we're going to be talking about profitable additional charges that you need to be charging to boost your income. But first, a little word. Hey, movers and shakers, I want to invite you to join the Seven Figure Moving Academy membership. And as a member of the 7FMA, you will have the opportunity to fast track your moving business and increase your revenue and develop proven winning strategies and work with some of the top leaders in the moving industry today. Here's what you're going to get when you join the 7-Figure Moving Academy membership. Powerful marketing strategies that will take your business to the next level, not taught anywhere else. I paid over $5,000 for this information. You'll get access to a massive library of forms, waivers, documents, and tutorials that will fast track your moving business to 7 figures, well worth over $5,000. You'll get the opportunity to network with everyone at every stage of their moving business, from just thinking about it to multi-million-dollar business owners, well worth over $10,000. And you'll be able to find a mentor that will take you under their wing so that you can avoid the pitfalls and the mistakes that they've made in the past. And this is well worth over $12,000. And you can get it for just $1. For $1, you'll get 7 days of unrestricted access to the largest moving group of its kind. And after that, you will be billed $10 per month. For just 33 cents a day, you can have unprecedented access to the foremost useful and knowledgeable group in the world. And you can cancel anytime, and there is no long-term commitments or contract. But wait, there's more. Save even more money and sign up for the annual membership, and you'll save $20. For less than $100, you can have an entire year's membership. Plus, you'll be able to sign up for the membership and you'll get one free coaching call. That's a $150 value. So if you sign up for the monthly membership, you're going to get all my successful marketing strategies worth over $5,000 for free. All the documents, waivers, contracts, terms and conditions, everything that you need to start your business, well worth over $5,000. Access to top-notch mentors willing to take you under their wing, and that is well worth over $12,000. Plus, networking with some of the highly active, like-minded movers like yourself in the largest group of its kind on the internet, well worth over $10,000, maybe more, for free. Plus, if you sign up for the yearly membership, you can get one free coaching call with me that could help you generate literally thousands of dollars starting today for free. That's over $30,000 of free bonus and tools for the low cost of just $10 a month or $99 per year. So to join the 7-Figure Moving Academy, just go to the 7figuremoving.academy today. Hey guys, this is Jay Bertram, and this is the 7-Figure Moving Academy. Glad to have you guys back to the show and so on. Today we're going to be talking about additional charges that you might not be charging for, that you should be charging for, which is something that actually could increase your income by thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars every single month and year, right? These are charges that that you should be charging. A lot of you are doing a lot of hourly rates, right? And when you go in there, you haven't seen the home and everything like that. And there are things that you are surprised about when you go and do these moves. Well, guess what? These should be additional charges over and above your hourly charges. And they're also the additional charges over and above your flat rate. If you're doing flat rate charges, doing flat rate pricing, these are additional things that you should be charging for. And I'm not talking about the things that you're already charging for, like evaluation, insurance valuation, packing, storage, travel charges, things like that. Things that are already, that you know about, that you've already put into your price. These are things that For instance, if a customer is a PBO, packed by owner, and they have not completed the packing and you need to finish the packing, that is something that you're going to charge for that's over and above what you've already estimated for. So we're going to be talking about these different charges and what they mean and why you should be charging for them. Okay, so let's get into it. So the very first one I want to talk to you about is the waiver charge. And a waiver charge is anything where you need to have a customer sign a waiver. For instance, if a customer asks you to disconnect their washer and the dryer, then you have them sign a waiver releasing you of any liability from damage or catastrophic failure or whatever that might result from you disconnecting or even reconnecting these appliances. It could be a refrigerator, it could be whatever, any gas, electric, or water line that the customer asks you to disconnect, and you then have them sign a waiver. You should do a charge for that to help you, to compensate you for any kind of liability that may result. Because despite you having a waiver, sometimes those waivers really mean nothing more than just a piece of paper. And if they want to fight in court, they can, and sometimes they can win. It's just a waiver is a deterrent to stop them from suing you. You could say, hey, that's fine, but you signed a waiver. And a lot of people don't know that some of these waivers are not enforceable with the law. But if you have them sign a waiver for whatever, if it's driving on the lawn, if it's disconnecting gas, electric, or water lines, if it's doing this, that, their other thing, anything that's outside of the parameters of safety or something, or a job that you don't do, typically you have them sign a waiver, especially if it's going to cause you extra liability. In those cases, you also want to have them sign a waiver, and then you want to charge them whatever you want to charge. It could be $50, $100, $200, whatever it is, but that should be a charge that you should charge the customer for doing that. And then that way, too, that will help protect you. If they do decide to take it to court, it'll be a little extra compensation. It's a little extra money to do that. The next one is a cleaning charge. And a lot of you guys, especially you hourly guys who don't do pre-home inspections or in-home inspections, you don't look at somebody's home online or on FaceTime or Facebook Live or whatever you use to do a walkthrough of the home. You walk in there and the house is just a pigsty. It's a hoarder's nightmare. It's just filthy. They might have bugs or bed bugs or whatever. You're going to want to have them sign a waiver on that as well. But other than that, you're going to want to charge a cleaning charge to go and get your trucks cleaned up. Make sure your pads are free of any kind of crispy critters and creepy crawly things and things like that. You're going to want to have this specifically charged for that cleaning process. If you find that the place is just disgusting, you should be charging a cleaning charge. This is a separate charge now from they want the house to be cleaned after everything's moved out, like vacuumed and dust and stuff. This is you got to clean your stuff because their stuff is such a crap. So you're going to want to charge them a cleaning charge of your equipment. And next one is a disposal/cleaning fee. A disposal fee is, when they're in the move and you're getting to the destination and they're unloading a bunch of their boxes and all of the stuff that they have. I'm not talking about your plastic wrap. That's something you should be taking care of because you used it. You should be taking care of. I'm talking about their boxes, about their trash, their garbage. If they want something thrown away or taken to Goodwill, or if they just say, hey, could you guys clean up after you guys leave? Can you guys do a vacuum or some dusting, maybe wash the windows? I might be exaggerating, but maybe you do. Maybe you have a team that can come in and do a cleaning. That should be extra charges. So if they say, hey, we really didn't, we moved this, but we really don't have any room for it. Can you guys get rid of it? Can you dispose of it? We're talking extra boxes and things like that. you should say, yeah, no problem. Just sign here, giving us a permission to take it away, and charge them $50, $100 for the dumping fee, if you want to call it a dumping fee, or whatever it is. Okay, but that should be an extra charge as well, because it takes time, and that added time, especially if you're on a flat rate, you've allocated only so much time to a flat rate. If they asked you to dump it and your guys dump it, then that takes past that a lot of time maybe, and that needs to be paid. The crew needs to get paid for that, so you should have that extra charge. Another one, especially if you're in the north like I am, the guys who are in the Great White North, our Canadian brothers and sisters up in Canada, anybody who's in the snow belt, you guys know the pain of snow removal. I can't tell you how many times I've walked to a customer and I said, hey, you need to make sure your walkways are clear and free of ice and snow so that it's safe for us to walk and get into the driveway and walkways and so on and so forth. Plus, it also helps us so that we're not dragging in mud and dirt and stuff like that, because in the snow it could get really, really dirty really fast. So what we have is a snow removal fee. So if we get there and the shipper has not shoveled their driveway out or shoveled their sidewalks, we charged them. I used to charge them $250, and yes, I have charged customers for this fee. Hasn't happened a lot. Usually I'll tell them, hey, we do have a snow removal fee, so it's important that you do it. If we have to get there and we have to shovel snow and put down ice and salt, I mean, not ice, but we have to put down salt to melt the ice and make it safe for us, we're going to charge you $250. I guarantee you they're going to have it. And then sometimes they'll do it and they'll just do a half-assed job. And you say, well, this isn't good enough, so you got to spend time and actually go and do it right, just so that it's safe for you guys to walk in and out of the home. This is a charge because it is a safety factor, and it's something that you should be charging. Now, packing and crating. Now, this is, again, I already mentioned this at the beginning of the video. This is a charge you're going to want to charge for something when the customer says that they're going to do all the packing, but you get there and they're not done yet packing. They're still in the middle of the packing, or they're done packing, but they haven't put in the lamps, the lampshades, anything that can go in the box should go in the box. The boxes are open, anything like that. You should definitely be charging extra for that. And you should have a fee. You can charge by the box if you want, which is fine. And that will actually kind of save them. Or you can just charge them, if it's a flat rate job, you could charge them an extra hourly charge for that, over and above the flat rate charge. If you're already doing it on an hourly charge, maybe paying them charging you by the box is a better way to do it. But definitely that should get done, because you don't want, I've done it many times, and I know especially you guys, you get a bunch of bags full of crap, trash bags. They don't even put it in a box. They just throw everything in a trash bag, or they put stuff in a box and stuff sticking out this way and the other way out of a box. It's not closed. And it's just, you can't do that. So you got to take the stuff out of the box, close the box, tape out the box, put the stuff that was in that box that you had to take out, put that in another box. That's just a lot of hassle. It lengthens the job. And so you should be charging for that. You should be charging. When I did it and I was charging by the hour, I charged by the box for those kind of things. And that's something that you should be putting in. Also, sometimes you might have to crate something up, like big mirrors or statues or art pieces of artwork, etc. Those things need to be crated up as well. Sometimes if you're doing a flat rate charge like a big home, you already know about that, so that's already included, but maybe they were supposed to do it themselves and they didn't do it. So you might want to take a look at that. Next one is stair and elevators. Now, most of you guys, especially you guys hourly, you guys will go up to maybe 3 flights of stairs, and anything above that, then it's extra. And you should be charging for that. You should definitely charge extra for having to go up several flights of stairs in an elevator, or more than 2 flights of stairs, and so on. That should be an extra charge. Now, in the Michigan tariff, we have to charge, I think it's $1.55 for every 100 pounds, is per what the tariff says. But on a local job, you don't have to use the tariff fees, but that's just a good idea, a good charge or good measurement to do it. So you could do it per every 100 pounds. You could do it per whatever you want to do. You could do it for every flight of stairs or half flight of stairs, whatever your charge is, but that should definitely be charged. And the same goes with an elevator. If you're for every floor that you go up should be a standard price, or again, here in Michigan, when we use the tariff, it's $1.55 for every 100 pounds. That is something that you want to look at too, right? The next one is long carry. It's very similar to the stair/elevator charge. It's a long carry charge. Anything over 50, 75 feet, you're going to want to charge extra for. Again, here in Michigan, per our tariff, we had to charge, I believe, again, $1.55 for every 100 pounds. Now, that is some way you could charge for it, but definitely long carries. I've had it where, I've had to do a move for somebody in an apartment and their pod was way on the other side of the complex. We literally had to walk about a football field. So yes, we charged. So for every 50 feet, we had a certain charge. So every 50 feet past the giveaway zone, if you want to say, the give zone, every 50, 75 feet, well, however you want to do it. I wouldn't do more than 75 feet, and I wouldn't do, in other words, it would be increments of 75 feet, I wouldn't do more than 75 feet. I would do 75 feet and no less than 50 feet. Does this make sense? I know I kind of got a little convoluted there, so I apologize. But anyway, 50 to 75 feet is a pretty standard rate. And again, you could do it by poundage. So $1.55 for every 100 pounds or whatever it is. Or you could just have, okay, it's going to be this charge for every 50 feet, it's going to be $50 or whatever your charges. But you should definitely have this charge. Another charge that you should be charging that you are not charging for typically, a lot of you, and by the way, guys, as an aside note, I did a survey on the Seven Figure Moving Academy. You saw the sponsor video for the Seven Figure Moving Academy. So if you're not part of the Seven Figure Moving Academy, please join. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, I did a poll on that to find out which of these additional charges were these guys charging for. And these are the charges that I'm listing out are the charges that people are not charging regularly for, and they should be because they're leaving a lot of money. So the next one is oversized heavy items charge. How many times have you gone to a home to do you're going to do a local move for a 3-bedroom home and you find somebody's got a kayak or a rowboat or they got a huge gun safe or maybe they got a large piece of mechanical equipment like woodworking equipment. This has really happened to me. I got in there and there was a half a ton piece of mechanical equipment that the guy wanted me to move. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to bring in a forklift and, all this stuff. I don't have, because it's a half ton, and I have to get a truck, which has a lift gate that can lift that, so it is a pain in the ass. So you definitely, if you run into these oversized heavy items, you should be charging a little bit extra for that. Just because you should really be doing it. The next one is extra stops. A lot of you guys let these people get away with the extra stops. Oh, I just want to drop off a couch or a bed here, at my sister's place. It's not that far off the road. It's just, about a couple miles. That couple miles turns into 30, 40, 50 miles, like an hour drive, off the beaten path. The extra stops should be charged for. You should be charging them for extra stops. I don't care if you're just picking something up or dropping something off. If you're just dropping off one piece of furniture or just picking up a piece of furniture, you need to charge for these extra stops. That's extra fuel. That's extra mileage. If you're renting trucks, that's an extra charge that you have to pay for. So that's extra gas. It's extra mileage that you have to pay for. That should go you should be making the customer pay for that, right? It's extra time, so on and so forth. So that stuff you should be collecting fees for. The other one is wait time. Now, I've done a lot of moves to New York and Chicago. And every time I've done a move to Chicago and New York, for the most part, I've had to sit and wait for a good long time. Right? I had to sit and wait for a good long time because there was other movers or other delivery personnel in the the loading dock bay that I had to wait to move. So while I'm sitting there waiting, my guy's sitting there waiting. We're getting all agitated because the clock's going, and we wanted to get home. That time should be charged. Now, if you're doing a flat rate, that should be an hourly charge. If you're doing it by the hour already, then do a flat rate charge on that. So you're going to do a flat rate of $100 for every, or whatever it is, $50 for every half hour wait. Now you want to give them a certain leeway too. You want to say, we're not going to do that. If we have to wait a half hour, okay, no problem. We can deal with that. Anything over a half hour, you're on the clock, and you should definitely be charging for wait time, right? You could be charging an hourly fee, which is typical, or you could do flat rate, however you want to do it. Extra labor. Believe it or not, extra labor. Now, extra labor is going to come in. You got wait time. If you got wait time, you're going to want to bring in an extra labor so that you can get home. If you got something heavy, you're going to want to bring in some extra help to help you with that extra piece of equipment, whether it be the gun safe or the armoire or whatever it is. Or an oversized item. If there's a long walk, or extra stairs. The more stairs, the longer walk, the heavier the items, the longer the weight. You're going to want to bring in extra guys for this to help you compensate for that time overload, and you're going to want to charge for extra labor on these items. So that is something that you should do. So that you sit there. Let's say you're doing a job. You're going from one city to another city. You get to the destination and you've got to wait 2 hours to do it. I would be on the phone calling to find out if you can, a local labor guy there, and then I would charge the customer the extra labor for that. Or if you have to bring in another one of your own guys in, I would be calling in a guy and say, hey, I need you to go help out Joe Blow and the crew over there and help them get that done quickly. One, it's going to save you time. Two, it's going to save you money. And three, it's actually going to make you look better in the customer eyes because one, they're now saying, oh yeah, we had this extra time, but they brought somebody in to make it so that we're still within our time constraints. And it's going to just make you look more professional. Plus you're going to be making more money in the long run. So these are some of the extra and hourly fees and so on and so forth. However you do it. Now, typically, if you're charging by the hour, some of these extra rates should just be a flat fee. And if you're doing flat rates, then you could do hourly rates, however you guys want to do it. But this is going to help you prevent from all of these, especially you hourly rated guys, the guys who charge by the hours that don't go in-home inspections. This is really going to cut down on the surprises that you guys run into. And let's face it, you guys run into a lot of surprises. Oh yeah, we're going to pack yourselves to get there and they're not packed. Surprise! This is really going to help that point of your service because your time is money and their time is money. So you guys, to do what you promise you're going to do, you should be charging these extra rates. Now, you should have your contract and forms, and your contract should be saying all about this. So, per whatever your contract says, anything that's over should have an additional, and you should have an additional price sheet. Now, we do have an additional price sheet that you can download for free in the 7-Figure Moving Academy. Please, again, go and take a look at the 7-Figure Moving Academy. If you're not yet a member, you can sign up for just $1 for 7 days, have unrestricted access, no commitments, no long-term contracts, but you can go into the file section and download all these forms. But anything that goes outside of your normal contracts and terms and conditions, you should have an additional price sheet for them, and we do have copies of that. Now, if you decide, hey, I don't want to charge for these are going to be extra items, that's fine, but I would still charge for them. I would just make it part of the overall charge in your bid, your estimation. So if you know that you're going to have some of these extra surprises, then instead of charging hypothetically here $100 an hour for 2 guys in a truck, I'm not saying that's your price, I'm just trying to make it easy. You're charging $100 an hour. I would make it $125, $130 an hour to compensate for those extra surprises that might pop up. This is something that you should do it and say, hey, we're going to have all this and we're going to add in these extra fees. If they were to occur, we're already going to have it. There's going to be no extra charge to do. That is something that you could do to increase value. That's absolutely okay. But make sure you're still getting paid for it, whether it's at the front end or on the back end. You need to get paid for that. All right. So to recap, I just want to make it very abundant clear. These are not your normal charges that you have charged on your estimate. These are charges that are surprises that are not, or things that you need to do to get your job done right that were not anticipated in your typical estimate. These, so I just want to make sure that that's clear. These are not, so if you're charging valuation for insurance and valuation, that's not an additional charge. That's already charged. It's already included in the price. It's already itemized. These are unitemized extra things that have not been anticipated or expected in the typical estimate. These are things that will be charged over and above the estimate itself. So just to recap what those charges are, just in case you guys get it, it's the waiver charge, a cleaning charge, a disposal charge, snow fee removal charge, packing and crating charge, stair elevator charge, long carry fee, oversized item charge, extra stop charge, wait time, and extra labor charges. These are just charges you can do. There might be some more. If you find that there are more charges out there that are not within these categories, feel free to leave me a comment below. I really like to hear from you guys, and I really do appreciate every and all comments. Even if you want to tell me I look like a fat pig, which has occurred. Some guys are saying, or you want to call me a scammer, by all means. I'll probably delete it, but you can definitely leave me a comment. All right, so please leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you share it with all your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the video. Hit that subscribe button, smash it with a big old Hulk smash, and make sure you hit the bell icon too while you're at it. That way you're informed when I upload a new video. Until the next time, guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Go and do something great today. Thank you.